Wyoming.
Oh.
Okay, we are actually not in Jackson. We are in Wilson, Wyoming, 20 minutes outside of Jackson, Wyoming. We've always wanted to come here, and after 14 hours basically of flying, we made it. We just got checked into our little condo Airbnb thing, and we're so excited. It's already so cute. So I am just so excited to bring everybody along for our weekend, our very long weekend in Wyoming, in Montana. We all woke up bright and early on this rainy morning to begin the long and arduous journey from McGee-Tyson Airport to Jackson Hole Airport. It was a very fun day traveling together, and it was actually Logan's first time ever on an airplane, which was pretty fun. Think you got enough chocolate on that chocolate muffin?
Yes.
The Jackson Hole Airport is teeny tiny, and it is actually the only airport located in a national park, which is pretty interesting. After we landed, we picked up our rental car and we headed to where we were staying in Wilson, Wyoming. We made it! Where are we, everybody? Jackson Hole, Wyoming. We had dinner at this really great local place called Calico in Wilson, and it was so yummy. A great way to kick off our trip. It is 6:55 on a Friday, and we are loading up the car to go to the Grand Tetons National Park. It's the kind of the park in between Jackson, Wyoming and Yellowstone. So we're gonna see that today, explore like the Jenny Lake area, Mormon Row, a bunch of stuff, and we're really excited. Which one are you more excited for, Grand Tetons or Yellowstone?
Grand Tetons.
I kind of am too. I'm really excited about it. Jackson has some of the best food in the world, and I had been wanting to come to Persephone Bakery for months since we started planning this trip. Everything was so delicious. I would love to go back right now, honestly. We made our way to Grand Tetons National Park, which is just beautiful. It is a very, very short drive from Jackson, Wyoming to Grand Tetons National Park. It was a very cloudy and overcast day, but there were hardly any crowds there, so that made it really fun to explore everything, kind of like we were the only people in the park. We were at the Jenny Lake Visitor Center and store. So we got some swag. There's Logan. Some coffee. And we're almost ready to hike.
Where are we going?
We're gonna go try to ride the boat across Jenny Lake, and then we're going to hike a little bit. It's a pretty small hike, like 2 miles, but we're gonna call it a hike. So we're gonna try to buy tickets right now. This lake was so serene and beautiful, and we could have spent all morning just hanging out, but we hopped on a boat and headed to a little hike that we have been wanting to do ever since we started planning this trip, and it truly felt like we were in a different place entirely. It's just hard to believe that this place is even real. Hidden Falls was so beautiful, and the rain that was slowly trickling down only made it all that more magical.
We are at the bottom of the Tiwanaut near the Jenny Lake West Dock. As you can see, we found a really good spot just to hang out here.
I wish we had lunch.
Yeah, I am a little hungry, but maybe when we get back.
It's starting to rain. We headed back across the lake, and then we made ourselves a really quick lunch. This trip is all about being on the go and seeing as much as possible, and we got really used to whipping these sandwiches up as quickly as possible in the car.
This is my couch.
Is this the Krusty Krab?
Yes.
Are you dishing up hamburgers,
What do you want?
fries, and a bison burger?
Best I can do is dirt.
Yum! This cabin was built in the late 1800s by a man and wife who were trying to settle this land. It really gives you an appreciation for how tough these conditions are to live in, especially that long ago. And they had a pretty beautiful view to make it all worth it, though. Snake River overlook. So pretty.
Very nice.
Farmer Preston. Did you come to settle these parts?
You ain't from around here now, is you?
This was the barn on Mormon Row, and it was also built by settlers in the late 1800s. It was really cool to see. We ate dinner at Gather in Jackson Hole, and it was seriously so delicious. I'm still thinking about this pasta. We woke up bright and early this morning. The sun has not even risen yet to make our way to Yellowstone. We're actually in Grand Tetons National Park right now, though, still. We're at Oxbow Bend to see the sunrise, and it is amazing. It's so serene. Like, I've never seen a place like this in my life.
It's very nice.
So We're gonna watch the sunrise over Mount Moran. We got some ducks with us. Oh, it's amazing. What are your thoughts?
Love it.
Best vacation ever! We could barely go any time at all before stopping to pull over at yet another incredible view or sight to see in Yellowstone. There were just so many incredible things, including one of the most, if not the most popular parts of Yellowstone, Old Faithful. It was a pretty dreary and overcast day, so we didn't really get that great of a view of this really cool geyser, but it was fun to see nonetheless. We also went into the Old Faithful Lodge, which was honestly just so interesting to see. You can see here that it's kind of just unlike anything else. We also walked around the upper geyser basin that Old Faithful is located in and got to see the Morning Glory pool and a ton of other really neat things.
So we spent like an hour trying to look at geysers. Did we see one?
It was not an hour. It was 25 minutes.
You ran up. 25 minutes around something. Yeah, it just kept bubbling.
Daisy geyser.
The Daisy geyser.
We're impatient, but we're hungry. Weather has changed dramatically.
A little bit, yeah. It's gotten colder than it was just about 2 hours ago. It's starting to rain a little bit.
Powering through.
Exactly. Most people are leaving, so that's prime time to be coming.
To come back back on a clearer day when we can get a little bit better of a view of the Grand Prismatic Spring, because it is truly one of the most amazing sights to see from what we've heard. But the weather was a little bit against us today. After seeing quite a lot of what Yellowstone has to offer on the first day, we made our way to West Yellowstone, a cute tiny town located just outside of the west entrance of the park. We got some really good pizza at Rocky Mountain Pizza Company. We are in West Yellowstone, Montana, on like the main strip. I think we're gonna go get huckleberry ice cream. Huckleberries are very popular here. I think it's like the fruit of the state. Cheers! Okay, if you come here, you should get one ice cream cone first and then see how hungry you are, because this was 2 scoops and I've already lost a scoop and eaten one. It's huge. We just had ice cream at this little place right there. We saw a couple of locals there. Espresso West is what it's called. There are 3 different like ice cream stores within like 2 blocks of each other, but that was the one that I've seen recommended the most.
It had the huckleberry. Yes. The huckleberry ice cream.
I think they all have the huckleberry, but that one was supreme. It was so good.
It had berries in it. It was frozen.
Yeah. It was so good. But this is the cutest little town. It's very kitschy, very Gatlinburg vibes, but it's really cute. We tucked in for the night at Under Canvas Yellowstone. We have also stayed at these in the Great Smoky Mountains National Park, and it is just such a great experience to be out in the environment and the nature that you're visiting while you are getting some rest too. So we got the Madison River Suite so that we could be really great and connected, and there was plenty of room for all of us. That was even a pull-out couch that Logan got to sleep on. Dad was just trying to get our fire going because it was pretty chilly. And this is the bathroom, which is just so unreal that you can go camping, quote around camping, and have a toilet and running water and a sink and everything. So that was just a really cool experience, and they do a great job at Under Canvas. We highly recommend staying here. We loved that our tents were connected by this raised porch, and we even had a fire pit over there to the right, but there was a fire warning going on and we actually could not use it because of the high chance for fire. And this is where Preston, Jessica, and I slept, and it was just cozy, especially with the fire going. Night at Under Canvas Yellowstone complete. It was very cold and very stormy, but it was really fun. We were much closer to the park on our second day of exploring Yellowstone, so we got out really early and were able to spot some wildlife on our drive in.
We woke up pretty early and we're going to the paint pots.
It's supposed to be boiling mud, and we're excited to see it. We went to the artist paint pots, and this is one of the coolest features of Yellowstone because it actually does not look the same from day to day, because these are always constantly changing and evolving and morphing into something entirely new. We honestly felt like we were on an alien planet. It was so cool to see, and we could have spent hours walking around just here.
So we just saw the painting pots.
/ desert wasteland.
Very scary, also very smelly.
I don't know how something can look like a desert wasteland and beautiful.
Yeah, it's very weird. See if you can get this over my shoulder. Yeah, looks like you're on a different planet.
We made our way to the Mammoth Spring area to see the upper and lower terraces of Mammoth Springs. It was truly from another planet. We loved looking here so much.
So we are at Mammoth Springs, not to be confused with Mammoth Cave in Kentucky.
It's amazing.
It's awesome.
The camera does not even capture this. Like, this is the one that on camera seriously cannot capture. This was truly such a good day for wildlife spotting. We even saw these cute elk hanging beside of the restrooms. And this little guy walked right out in front of our car when we were just on a random side road. One of the last big stops that we wanted to see in Yellowstone was the Grand Canyon of Yellowstone. This is one of the most interesting places we have all ever been, we agreed, and it was truly just one of those magnificent sights. That's truly the only way to describe it. Okay, no big deal. Just on a casual Sunday stroll, you know. No big deal. And then you turn around.
So tiny. There it is.
Oh my gosh. That was what we waited the entire trip to see. That was Artist Point of the Grand Canyon of Yellowstone. Yes, Yellowstone has a Grand Canyon, and now it makes us really want to go see the real Grand Canyon. And wow, that is definitely worth it. Oh my gosh. We actually made our way through Hayden Valley and got caught in a very small bison jam. These guys were just wanting to share the road with us, and can you blame them? And our very last stop on this national park little trip is the West Thumb Geyser Basin. I think that ends our time here in Yellowstone. It's been amazing. We made our way back to Jackson. We actually ran into this little moose and had a very great last dinner in Jackson. This was truly the trip of a lifetime, and all of us agreed that we either didn't want to come home or wanted to come back as soon as possible. We hope you enjoyed this recap of the Gilbert Family Vacay 2021.